It was a crisp autumn evening when Detective Harold Whitlock received the call. The golden leaves of Maplewood Lane crunched under his boots as he approached the grand Victorian house. The air smelled of damp earth and wood smoke, but the tranquility of the scene was shattered by the flashing red and blue lights of police cars. Inside, a mystery awaited. The victim was Eleanor Grayson, a wealthy socialite known for her lavish parties and sharp wit. She lay lifeless on the study floor, a single gunshot wound to her chest. The room was in disarray, a chair overturned, papers scattered, and a shattered vase by the fireplace. The only clue was a blood-stained handkerchief with the initials J.R. embroidered in the corner. Detective Whitlock, a man in his late 50s, with a sharp mind and an even sharper mustache, began his investigation. He interviewed the 3 people present in the house at the time of the murder: James Rutherford, J.R., Eleanor's business partner and longtime friend. He claimed he was in the garden, admiring the autumn foliage, when he heard the gunshot. Margaret Lane, Eleanor's niece, and sole heir to her fortune. She said she was in the kitchen, preparing tea, and saw nothing. Victor Grayson, Eleanor's estranged husband. He insisted he was in the library, reading a book, and had no idea what happened. Whitlock examined the handkerchief. The initials matched James Rutherford's, but James denied it was his. "I haven't used handkerchiefs in years," he said, his voice trembling. "Someone is trying to frame me." The detective then turned his attention to Margaret. She seemed nervous, her hands fidgeting as she spoke. "Aunt Eleanor and I had our differences," she admitted, "but I would never hurt her." Whitlock noticed a faint smudge of dirt on her sleeve, as if she had been outside. Victor, on the other hand, was calm and collected. "Eleanor and I were divorced, but we remained friends," he said. "I had no reason to harm her." Yet, Whitlock couldn't ignore the fact that Victor stood to gain a significant portion of Eleanor's estate. As the night wore on, Whitlock pieced together the timeline. The gunshot was heard at 7:15 p.m. James was in the garden, Margaret in the kitchen, and Victor in the library. But something didn't add up. Whitlock revisited the study. He noticed the shattered vase again. Kneeling, he picked up a small piece of glass and examined it. There was a faint lipstick mark on the rim. Eleanor's lipstick was a deep red, but this mark was a lighter shade. He called Margaret back into the room. "You said you were in the kitchen," he began, "but this lipstick on the vase suggests otherwise. Care to explain?" Margaret's face turned pale. "All right," she confessed. "I was in the study earlier. Aunt Eleanor and I had an argument. She accused me of stealing from her. I didn't kill her, but I did break the vase during our fight." Whitlock nodded. "And the dirt on your sleeve?" "I went outside to calm down after the argument," she said. "I swear I didn't shoot her." The detective then turned to James. "You said you were in the garden. Did anyone see you there?" James hesitated. "No, but I was alone. I didn't think I needed an alibi." Finally, Whitlock confronted Victor. "You were in the library. Did you hear anything unusual before the gunshot?" Victor shook his head. "No, nothing. I was engrossed in my book." Whitlock's eyes narrowed. "Then why is there a fresh tear in the upholstery of the library chair, as if someone had been pacing nervously?" Victor's composure cracked. "All right, I was upset. Eleanor and I had a heated argument earlier. She threatened to cut me out of her will. But I didn't kill her." Whitlock stepped back, piecing it all together. The handkerchief, the lipstick, the dirt, and the torn upholstery, it all pointed to one person. "James Rutherford," Whitlock declared, "you're under arrest for the murder of Eleanor Grayson." James's eyes widened. "What?" "I told you, I didn't do it." "The handkerchief was a red herring," Whitlock explained. "You planted it to frame someone else. But you forgot one thing: Eleanor's will. She updated it last week, leaving everything to charity. You killed her to stop her from cutting you out of her business deals." James slumped in defeat as the officers handcuffed him. The autumn air grew colder as the case came to a close. Detective Whitlock stood on the porch, watching the leaves fall. Another mystery solved, but the shadows of Maplewood Lane held many more secrets.